This land of ours is under attack. Time has come, we're gonna take it back. Just wait and see. Don't tread on me. I won't sit back, stand idly by, and watch the heart of my nation die. Oh, not me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guts, don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me.
People are just stupid.
Well, criminals generally aren't. It's not like on TV where you have these jewel thieves that are Ocean's 11 or whatever that is. That doesn't exist like that. But however, we do have politicians like that.
No, Adam Schiff is smart, and so is AOC, and I don't want to hear anything else from you about it.
Yeah.
Speaking about that, go ahead.
Elon's not so intelligent. The man
Because
who started
government.
PayPal, the man who's built the most efficient electric cars on the planet, the man who's building a starship.
Did you also
Yeah.
hear that he slept on the floor of his factories in the
Yeah.
beginning?
He had to, because they were on the verge of going belly up.
Yep.
They were working night and day getting those cars to fit and fixing problems with them.
You know, he was God to them 4 months ago, 5 months ago. I know it was
Oh,
not 5
yeah.
months ago.
Well, when he was a Democrat, until he left Alameda, California, and one of those politician ladies told him to go F off. Wait a minute now. That man was paying a lot of your taxes, you stupid idiot.
Bingo. Dumbasses. And then not to mention all those jobs around there, so it's boosting the economy, and
Yeah.
guys are dumb. And then not to mention, Steve, the Macron thing. You want to know what I noticed with it? Besides this, I'll show you in a minute with that part. Is with Trump, what is Trump and Macron doing?
Not quite the same hand signs, but it's a symbol.
Yeah.
The Trump's doing a different one. Macron is doing the one where you activate your frontal lobe, if I remember right. Maybe. That looks like a definite hand signal.
Yeah, and Trump only did it for a couple minutes, and he kept looking
But
down.
not like him, though. He's really into it. Trump didn't do it like that.
No. But yeah, it's something. There's something going on there with the hand symbol, and then oops, I didn't mean to not stop share. I meant to and then I did not know. Oh shit, wrong button again. I'm trying to close this out, but it's hard to find it because I'm not used to looking at it this way. I'm used to looking at it the other way.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had ice.
Don't come to Walmart. Yeah, ice. Oh, so who are you? Who are you? Oh, constable? What is that? What is that for? What you? Ice? Ice. Yeah? Hey, we got ice right here in Walmart. Don't come. They will get you.
Hey.
Don't come.
I bet you that Walmart was empty.
Well, Walmart's going to take a hit on this because they like the illegal aliens to come in and spending money.
Oh, and they're still getting shit from. Okay, Walmart has a giant facility in Colorado, right outside of Fort Collins. I know that for a fact because I used to drive by it when my dad worked at the Budweiser plant up there. He did some construction work up there, but that's besides the point. So that is there. So I ordered these, these tabs that everybody used to put on the back of pictures, Steve. You can't get them anywhere in stores, or if you do, there are only like 6 of them, which doesn't help me out. So I ordered 100 of them from Wally World, and I look at the delivery and it tells me, oh, it's coming from China. And then next thing I know, it tells me it's coming from completely somewhere else. I'm gonna see if I could try to whip up the tracking order so you can see it. I mean, it's something else. It says now it's coming from China or some shit like that. It went from coming out of California to coming from China. And I don't know how they went from one to something else like that. These guys are just, I don't know.
Well-
They need to go away because they're not for America.
No, and when I went into Walmart tonight, I couldn't believe the increase of the prices on those products. Couldn't believe it. That was outrageous.
Yeah.
Eggs went down. Gifford, what's her name?
Kathy Gifford or no?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess better better write it down so I remember. I remember when I'm not on here though all the time. Anyways, they went to the chicken ranchers or whatever. Now all of a sudden the eggs are back down to about $5 and something a carton. But they're not down, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. They're not down where they're supposed to be 99 cents because back in the day we used to be able to egg. Or if you wanted to get a big thing, that was like maybe $20. You can go get a gigantic one. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
if all your buddies want to go egg something. Or
Yeah.
just go egg somewhere, you know. We literally were doing that back in the day. Kids
Yeah.
nowadays don't even know that what's going on. Or the feeling or you know, yeah, it's feeling too. You didn't have to egg like an item. But you could just you know, or a house or a tree
Yeah, the thing about eggs though, they did mess up paint on a house.
yeah. Well, I would didn't
Especially
mean,
if the sun hit it.
yeah.
No, I never egged anybody.
Sure.
Yeah. What about TP in people's houses?
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, kids won't know that now because of the whole COVID shit paper thing causing everything to be so expensive.
I know, we used to, I mean,
Everything we used to do for fun is
yeah, TP people's houses. Yeah,
innocent. Yeah.
but it was somebody you knew. It was innocent fun. You know,
Unlike nowadays. Well, I mean, I never did shaving cream, but you're right. Innocent fun. Nowadays, kids are doing all sorts of stupid stuff that some of it doesn't even is not easily reversed or can be reversed.
no, I used to I took the windshield squirters on my Barracuda and put them in the grill. And when people were in sidewalks, I would squirt them.
Yeah, that reminds me of
I almost got beat up a couple of times.
well, that reminds me of when the Cobras came out for just recently, Steve, in the 2010s and stuff like that. On people were putting nitrous kits, and out of the fangs was the nitrous coming out of them.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of cool.
They're bleeding them off. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Burn
different
them.
way. So this is what I was talking about. See, Los Angeles, California, and this place. China.
Yeah.
And like I said, all it is just tabs that go on the back of your back of a picture. Because I bought frames and then I have it's not really art, but basically they have animals at the zoo go through finger paints on a
Oh,
canvas.
really?
But see, this is what I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
They just walk on the canvas and
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I can't wait to see the what's next in the corruption thing of how many trillions they find. But what needs to happen really quickly, and I'm saying, you know, in the next 2 weeks, is we all need to get the money. No, I'm saying there's people that have eviction notices, Steve. I'm
Yeah.
actually seeing more videos of cars with no fucking rotors. They're going in for brake jobs and there's no rotors. No fucking rotors. Those vehicles are driving with you and me, Steve.
Well, they're gone. The plate outers. Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're not
And
always
that's a shame because, like, for instance, I just did my, Pat's rear brakes on hers. Dealership wanted $800 to do that. Hey, who can afford that?
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's in all the parts, quality parts are ordered from Rock Auto. Were $159. Very nice quality brakes. And it took me, technically, should have only took me like 45 minutes, but I didn't have a 7mm wrench. Was had to make do with other stuff. But $800. It's that so out of control. It's just the mechanics aren't getting that big of an increase. I think it's just I don't know what it is, but and people can't afford that. You really can't.
Well, look at it. $600 for my flapper, Steve. And that's just for that because I have one of four whatever those flappers are fucking called in my air
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
my conditioning duct. So I have no defrost, no floor, and no mixture. It's my cousin turned it for me. Good before it goes on my face, so I didn't freeze in this winter. And I can have air conditioner in the summer because I don't think air conditioner goes on your feet. It only works on one.
Usually blows. You can mix it. But yeah, for you to change that, it's just crazy. And
$600.
Well, they make these parts and they're made out of crappy plastic. Especially your mixing valve, what you're talking about. The flapper that mix.
This
Got
one
plastic gears in there and they break.
This one's 20 years old though. I mean, I give it a little credit, but still, you're right. 21 years, Steve. And then not to mention some of these the other two that I haven't replaced yet, you're talking, what it requires to take apart my dashboard. And it's not just like you would think it'd be 16 screws from the top. And then, that should be access point in minds of smart people, because it shouldn't be over engineered into a retarded way like it is. Like you have to take off you don't have to take off the steering wheel, but you got to do something pretty fucking close to doing it, is what I was told.
Well, like if I do that stuff in my car, or if you got a AC condenser that goes bad, almost all of them, you have to take the entire dash out of the car. And they don't make it easy to do that with.
Oh, yeah. I want to remind you and other people, by the way, when you get a gut intuition or God speaks to you, you need to listen. For example, in the last day or two, I kept getting this feeling of, hey, you need to go shave some more Irish Spring out there on your plants so the deer don't eat them.
Uh-huh.
As soon as my mom got home this evening, I went out there to let the dog out. There was about 8 deer.
Eating your plants?
No, they were just out there. And I think that's what attracted them. Is the sweet smell, and then not to mention things haven't started budding yet because we just got out of that, I think it was Well Digger's ass or Witch's tit we went to. I forgot which one is in the old-fashioned scale is the coldest.
Yeah.
But yeah, because hey, when we go into negatives, that's cold there, eh?
Oh yeah, I hate that. The negatives. Oh. Like today was the first time I was able to open up my shop door and work. And it was only 62 degrees and it felt that warm.
And it's nice to hear the birds chirp too, because I heard it.
Oh, it's nice on one side to get all the sunlight in. But I've opened up the door on the other end, and it causes a wind tunnel. So when I'm sanding, body filler or fiberglass, whichever I'm working on, have both doors open and it just kind of blows it right out the door. That's why I got the coughs again tonight, because I was in there sanding that mud.
Chinese, yeah. Who knows what they mixed into it now to cut it to make it last longer, Steve?
Oh, I know.
Everything nowadays is all about how can I get my maximum return on my investment on it, instead of how long can I get my product to last if you sell a product. Because sometimes, oh yeah, here's another thing too, Steve. You were talking about dumbasses and racing earlier, and you know, racing around towns and in public areas. This is
Yeah.
almost like the same thing as with these people and the online jobs, the internet jobs. You know, doing certain things.
Yeah.
You know, opening
they're-
packages.
They're promoting it, and we really don't want to promote stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
I know.
I don't know. I mean, it's freedom of speech. Myself, I'm not going to promote that kind of stuff
I don't. It is freedom of speech until
until somebody's, yeah.
because it's on. Okay, it's all fun and games, but it's not like a video game. It's unpredictable. You got grandma coming up. She could be coming across, trying to look through, look one way, look the other way, but then you're traveling 140 miles an hour. You're not expecting to look back the other way. And then sometimes they can't hear you because they have music playing, or some people are going more deaf due to health issues, you know.
Yeah.
There's a ton of things like that. You know, you're not expecting the vehicle to be doing that. Oh, and I also just saw another video where a guy keeps flicking on and off his lights. I'll see if I can find that one real quick. Cause Steve, this is just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I found it already. This is just ridiculous. And I'm glad that our local ones are doing that, but they need to stay away from we're going to arrest you for marijuana possession. Well, motherfuckers, we already voted for it to be legalized for medical usage.
Yeah.
And it already went through January 1st. So what the fuck is going on? Why can't you get us in there already? We don't need to hear the garbage. There's the cop. And the cop just probably noticed him turn on his lights and lights off, fully, and then go. Yeah.
Wow.
These guys should not be glorified in any way whatsoever. Because, you know, look how close they gotten to these people. All it takes is one person to, oh shit, or not notice you, or turn over, or I
Oh,
can't take
change a lane, not paying it, and you got your lights off for a few seconds.
Yeah.
That's bad news.
I was gonna say I can't tell you how many times I swerve when I'm going on a road trip. Like if 8 hours for me to you, Steve, 500 miles. I'm not gonna sit there if there's no one around me. I'm not gonna sit there and pay attention. I'm gonna go try to stay between the bigger lanes and not fully swerve. But I mean, like if I want to go grab something to drink or go grab something to eat or snack on, like you're doing, Steve, and I look down to or you know, you're just swerving just a little bit. You go over the line, you know, and you correct. That's something different, but. If you're doing that and you don't know someone's coming by at 140 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, you just kind of swerve over because you're getting something off the floor.
Yep.
Now Jax is snacking too.
Well, that's the rule. And when you own a dog, you snack, we snack.
I know.
He eats. There's no sharing.
Okay, buddy. Yes.
But like I said, you're right. It does that.
Go ahead, Jax.
You can't control the other drivers in any way, shape, or form. Or how do you know that your car at that time won't blow out a tire and you go wreck out that person and kill them, even though they're going the speed limit and doing everything they need to do?
Right.
And it's not projecting that out there, man. You know this as much as I do. Tires are getting shit now. I'm watching so many people with blowouts, and not to mention, it's not just semi tires. Like what I found out what they're doing with semi tires, Steve, is what they do is they grind all the, or they'll figure out how to rip off the tread or something.
They do a recap.
And glue the tread back on it. Do they do that to regular cars too?
You can get them.
I don't want to, but
I don't know. I haven't seen recaps in ages. Jax, what are you doing?
Do you know what else I noticed also, Steve? Is they don't put the nipples on the tires anymore.
Mine do. If you got good tires.
Really? My mom
always, I run the Uniroyal Tiger Paws.
Ah.
And then my truck's got Toyo on it, and they're 10 ply on my Dodge. So thick sidewalls,
Yeah.
and
Well,
they wear really well too. Great traction in the snow. But
I gotta
you
get them.
gotta pay for them, man. They're expensive. Especially a 10-ply truck tire.
All the four-wheelers, they got that market, you know, out there because everybody going out there doing it for the hobby and all the other shit. You think
Oh
it'd be
yeah.
because Dad goes, cheaper with that part, and then Dad said the same thing about medicine. He goes, well, I would have thought that stuff would have been more expensive. I said, fuck no. We go out to Colorado, I could go get a gram of wax, for $20. No way. And I said, if I go down to Rockport right now and I go get that same gram, cheapest I can find is $50. $50 to 160. That's where you guys were before your market got flooded.
Right.
And he's like, no way. I would have thought it would have been the other way. Well, then, it's like as soon as there's more than one store at this north western part of Missouri, then yeah, it will. Because eventually the other companies will start seeing the money there.
Right.
But that's what. Oh yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about doing is I keep seeing the stock. I think I invested in the wrong energy one. I thought it was crude, but I don't know if I should stay with that or not because I keep seeing it go down and down and down. But there's also ones that you can invest in crude oil. But I don't know if that's a better one.
Yeah.
But I think Home Depot. I saw Home Depot take off. But unfortunately, these guys, when I do it, I have to buy $100 worth. I don't know why it makes me do that, but if I do
The
that,
share, whatever the Home Depot share is, the per share, whatever it is what you got to pay. Now that
this was
True Social one,
yeah.
that one might be a sub of that one somehow. I don't know.
Oh, the one I showed you, that other
The
one.
WWW one,
Yeah.
DJT, WWW. I have no idea what that is.
That's the
But
one
I know it doesn't come. I just have the regular DJT stock. It comes up on my trade view.
No, I have the other one, Steve. But I saw this one. I bookmarked it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "That's when I told you, hey man, this was like $8 a share or whatever it was. That's why I wanted to buy a couple." And then they told me liquidate your assets. It's like, okay, then let me buy one share. Then it said liquidate your asset or some shit like that. I was like,
There's something weird with that. But if you went to buy a share, one share of DJT, if it says $27, right now I think it was down to 23 today. I don't remember.
yeah.
You can buy that one share. If it's telling you liquidate, there's something up with that. I don't know what that is.
I looked it up, but I don't.
I don't know what that is. I can tell you right now at DJT. Let me go into my trade view real quick. Okay.
I'm just looking for long term for that one, but I saw that it goes, oh, you lost $26 or some shit like that since you invested. It's like, ooh, yay.
Yeah.
But then also, like I said, actually doing more investigations like Snap-on and Home Depot and stuff like that. I know Home Depot stock probably will actually go up more because of.
Oh, you want to wait until we get,
What?
like DJT went down really big time today. It went down from 25 to 23 in the course of from 9:30 when the market opened until 10 o'clock. So in half an hour, it literally dropped $2 a share.
Yeah.
So the market's still going to be taking some hits like this.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like those? Do you think? People like that. You think is wise because someone like Home Depot or someone like Apple people will continuously buy into it.
Well, yeah, they buy and hold as an investment. You can do that, but me being a day trader,
Bad news.
I don't do that with that. I'm only in it for a little bit. Either I'll scalp, I'll intraday trade, or a swing trade.
Yeah.
So it just depends. But I don't stay in stuff very long. I do a lot of scalping actually, because where you can make pretty good money, but you actually make a lot of money when you swing trade. Like the last swing trade the guys did the other day, it went from April 13th until the following week, about the 16th, it went 933%. And then some people let it go an extra day, and it went as high as 3,000% return. That's the beauty of option trading. And that's big money, 900%. You do the $1,000, worth of contracts, you just made yourself $9,000.
Also comes with big risks, and you have to.
Well, yeah. Well, when you trade options, the risk to reward is much better than trying to do stock, because you can do a fraction of the stock because of the option, and you'll make more money on a little bit of movement than you will on the full-fledged stock. There's, like, for instance, the example, like you buy DJT, you put in 9,000 on DJT, you have $9,000 worth of stock. So, it goes up $1. You have like 600 shares, you make 600. But if you do option trading and you're only going to put in 1,000 worth of contracts, and it goes up a couple bucks, guess what? You just made 80%. You risked a lot less money, and your reward was much higher. You just made $800. See what I mean? Instead of risking 9,000, you put 1,000 in, and you made 900 versus 600. That's what I mean. The reward, the reward rate, the risk to reward, you risk a whole lot less. Plus, you can manage it really good. You can sit here and watch it. Okay, it's growing 30%, 40%. There's things you can look at, like volume. Each candle, you can click on another where it gives your volume per candle. Then you click on that, and then you expand the candles way out. Then it tells you how much buying and selling is going on in each of those candles. The candles being the red and the green, things that go up and down. You can actually see.
Oh no, I saw those. I mean,
Yeah, and you can see the volume on them if you have TradeView. But TradeView, it's not that bad for what you get. It's not that bad at all. So, but yeah, that's. But right now, honestly, there's still money to be made, but it's more on the option side. And you can take and like BMY, who was that today? Oh yeah, BMY went crazy today. I never heard of that stock till one of the traders brought it up. So, and you have Peltier, you got there's so many different. SPY is really hard to work with because it's so choppy. Like normally you get smooth candles, like this. It's like this on SPY. And it makes it really hard to, should I get out? Should I get in? So you have to watch it, but normally it's not that choppy when you're trading. So I don't know.
they're messing with everything, their economy, and
Yeah, they will. But when it comes around, Trump's right.
they're panicking.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's a spine purse. Oh,
Who
oops, I
would
forgot.
like that?
This blocks it. Apparently, Bone Idol, or I don't know whose name it is. This is Rich Kid
That's horrible.
from the Sun. What's that guy?
That's really
Yeah.
gross.
It is. Some of the shit you come across.
What do you want, Jax?
He wants more food, obviously.
Yeah, he does. I'll have to give him
People
some.
are
He
saying
is
that
so, this dog is so spoiled. He gets steak, he gets tuna all the time, he gets chicken, he gets roast, hamburger.
oh yeah, did you Democrats officially getting exposed, Doge? Really? Yeah, it kind of sounds like radar. This is what it was, Steve. This is what Elon posted.
Oh.
Things I got done last week.
Yeah,
Crying about Elon. Crying about made it into the office for once. Read some more emails. Cried about Trump and Elon some more.
they said they got 1 million people that turned that stuff in.
Yeah, that's not very many. I didn't know both of them were not taking paychecks.
Yeah, I knew they weren't.
I knew Trump wasn't, but not Elon. I mean, I just assumed that he still wouldn't, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're insane, man. They're
They're on a mission. I'm telling you, they're anointed. I think even Elon's anointed.
oh yeah, I forgot there was one more. You're right, they are. When
Oh,
the USAID slush fund gets get Doge and you can't afford your protesters. Yeah, it's just them out there scowling, and it's even pencil neck out there. See on the far right.
yeah, the one that looks like trying to look like a mobster, that looks like a goofy whatever.
Yep. I think we walked by this building, didn't we? It looks familiar
Probably did.
on our route because we went around our elbows to get to the fucking Capitol. I can't believe that. You know, you see what we went zig 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 zigzag. You know the route that we went, and then you look at it, you're like, "There's the White House. There's the Capitol. Why don't we just go to a fucking straight line?"
Well, it's good we didn't get there too early because I don't know if we would have, but we would have got sucked into walking inside the building, and that wouldn't have been good.
Well, they were parading us. There's no way to get off the way because if you noticed it, they had the streets blocked off. They had the cops there. They also had the snow plows out with snowplow, which is weird. Not just the city trucks. They had city truck with snowplow, which
Yeah.
makes you wonder, Steve. What's the easiest way to get through people? Just put a snowplow through and then just run them all over.
I'm telling you, if those cars would have got burned, the snow plows would have came out and started plowing people. Because then that would have looked like an absolute riot. And no one talks about all the burned buildings and broken windows from 5 or 6 weeks before from Antifa and I think BLM. They destroyed that city. They burned out that whole block. That whole street, all the buildings were damaged all the way down.
You and I need to do a show on nothing but that, Steve.
Yeah, we could watch it again together, take notes, and then just, because I know you got pictures of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I got the whole movie, but yeah, I mean, I got the pictures and videos because I made sure to do that to show that, hey, they had these buildings already pre-boarded up. You know, they some of them still had burn marks and other stuff on it. And then
They were looking for a violent riot. And if the cars would have got lit up, that would have been a signal to Antifa to go crazy.
and did you notice the only place they had Pantifa, as you saw, was at the BLM thing. And my guess is the only reason why they were there at the BLM spray paint on the sidewalk is so us patriots don't go over there and go accidentally spill some spray paint on their graffiti on our streets, because that's all it is their graffiti is on our, it's not, has nothing to do with us. We're not saying just whites or just Asians or just, no, it's Americans. It has nothing to do with what fucking race you are.
Yeah,
You know, has everything to do with your being American. That's it. Period.
right.
And you know what's actually kind of funny to this is you see all these assholes going, "You guys don't like people from America, or that they're not from America coming in. That's why you don't like these illegal immigrants." No,
No, they're illegal.
you go to one of these places where these people are getting their green cards, and you watch some of the videos. I watched 2 or 3 of the videos, and they're so happy to be a fucking member or citizen of America. And then you have all these little twats that don't care about America and then live here their entire lives, the spoiled brat syndrome, basically.
Yeah,
We're in the only country that you could live in and hate, that no one wants to leave.
well, look at all the money we've been giving them. Trump the other week did an executive order, stopped any kind of funds going to any illegal aliens.
Good.
I mean, we've already about covered our deficit right now with all the stuff they uncovered. And they're just barely going. Wait till they get into the Pentagon. And why is Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, so glad that a judge blocked Doge from looking at the finances of the education department? And Trump could just steamroll over the judge. Second Amendment, he's in control, not that low line appointed judge. And a lot of these judges have their hands in the cookie jar.
My guess is there's more COVID funding, gay funding. There's all sorts of different miscellaneous fundings inside there. I bet you there's stuff that we'll be surprised about, Steve, like you and I, because you and I were surprised about some of the other shit. Like we're doing the tranny hour in other countries, or Peru's
Oh
gay
yeah,
and all
$12
this
billion for that. Just stupid stuff. And then Sesame Street in what was that, Iran or
Iraq
whatever?
1 2.
Yeah, Sesame Street.
So they're not terrorists. Here's a concept. How about let's not fuck up their country, because if your political, not you, Steve, but their political views, what I mean by they is the same ones that blew up the Twin Towers. It wasn't no fucking plane that hit the tower, because if it was a plane, then between whatever floors that hit it, it would stay there, be on fire, and that's it. Or maybe even hit it, crumble, and fall down. Because if you watch all these fucking planes hit poles or hit other stuff, I get that the thing was going at speed, but still, you watch them do it, or they hit other stuff, they just crumple.
Right.
Or
Well,
hit the
they
ground.
did 150 simulated flights with the simulator trying to hit the Pentagon with the airliner. They could never make it.
But the cruise missile spray paint, or that was painted up like the American airline or United Airline, was one of the
Well,
two.
I saw a picture they didn't get. It was a missile. It was moving fast. If an airplane were to hit that, because initially the wall in the Pentagon was about a 12 by 12 circle. And after 45 minutes, then it collapsed in. But a plane hitting the side of the Pentagon, you got wings, you got engines. No, there would have been more than it would have been bad, because there was no landing gear, no airplane parts. What they found would look like missile parts to me, the pictures they did show.
No black boxes. Well, this is where another one we need to do 9/11 show, probably have it come out on 9/11, Steve, where I have pictures within my, let's just say, millions of pictures that I have and videos I have, not over exaggerating for effect. That's why it's so hard to organize. Anyways, I do have it painted up like I told you, United or American Airline. I forgot which one. It had to be United, because it was the blue, the orange, and the yellow. So it had to have been United. Those colors back in the day. Anyways, painted up just like that cruise missiles where they folded out, and also the video from the security, I believe is where it was, because you watched a police officer drive by, and you watch 2 frames of the missile go by, and go
Right.
by and hit the Pentagon. And also pilots say it's impossible to hit all the or fly that low. The wings would have came off, your engine would have came off. It basically would have tumbled on the ground before it even hit the plane, or
Basically,
hit the
that
Pentagon.
airplane would not be able to do 450 knots 12 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Air's too thick. It won't do it. Has to be up in the higher atmosphere where the air is thin. And they did 150 simulations in a simulator. They could never make it to the Pentagon. The telephone poles, the light poles would shear the wings off. And then they couldn't fly that fast at that low speed. The airplane just wouldn't do it.
Would react fast enough.
Can't react. That's an airliner. It's not a fighter. It's not agile whatsoever.
no, I'm
And
saying
whatever the two frames you're talking about, that was a missile. It was small and extremely fast. And it just so happened to hit in the accounting section of the Pentagon that Rumsfeld said, oh, we're missing $2 trillion. Then the next day, bam.
we need to go back and look and see which side that was, because I know the airplane or airport is really close there. So is it within the patterns of them taking off, or is it just arbitrary? Like, here's the airport and then it's on this side. You know, it makes no sense of it.
Mhm.
I want to know where it is, because you know, something made me think,
And
take a look
You
at it.
noticed that the steel got shipped out really quick and recycled.
Yes.
And the steel that was left was locked inside of a warehouse. They didn't allow any testing of the steel because it was coated with what? What do they call that?
Thermite.
Thermite. The elevator shafts, for weeks, there were guys in there painting the thermite inside the building on the structure.
Yes. It was the A team or something like that that did it. I have pictures of that too, where they have their they did their symbol, and then of the lights, and then they also were doing stuff like that. And then someone showed a bag too of where they were showing their emblems on the insides of the buildings, because they were redoing some sort of technical things, what they were telling people, redoing wires or cables or some sort of
Yeah,
storage.
they were actually installing charges because the thermite will burn. And
No, I mean-
then how did building 7 fall straight down?
Mercy.
How? And the way the towers are constructed, the airplane fuel isn't going to burn hot enough and long enough to cause a collapse. And it's not going to collapse like that. Just the upper part will collapse, then fall over. If it even did that. It
Yeah,
was
could-
all rigged. Because I'm telling everybody, remember when Bush was in there reading to the kids? And when they walked up, the look on his face, it wasn't a look of, what? It was like, oh my God, they really did it. Oh, no, they better not find out. I'll be swinging from a rope. That's what it looked like. Because if I was president, it'd be, sorry, kids, bam, we got to take care of business. Instead of just keeping on reading on like nothing's going on.
Yeah, not to mention right after that, he mentioned that he came right here to Omaha, and there's a dumb underneath off it. And he admitted it that day, and that's a rumor going around here. I forgot to ask him when I was at the air show. I was just too paranoid about the whole fucking wanting them to take my devices and stuff like that for me recording aircraft from the 1970s, 60s, 50s, what the fuck ever it's from,
Yeah.
the C5. So I didn't even think about that part. But yeah, you're right. You know, and then not to mention that was designed specifically because they had the B-29 or bomber from the 1940.
Oh, from World War II, a B-17
Oh, 17. Okay.
actually plowed into the Empire State Building.
So since then they engineered it to be more, and that's why not just that there's multiple different things. Fire department were saying that they heard pops above the floors above them before the plane hit. And if people think that, oh well, then how did they fake the plane? That is Project Bluebeam at its best.
Yeah, because they did find an engine in an alley, but that's all they found. Where's all the luggage? Where's landing gear? Landing gear is going to be, that's pretty big. There's be parts of the tail section would have broke off.
Well, not one black box, by the way. 2 planes and not one black box.
Right.
And those are designed to go through what they went through already. And it's just, oh, speaking about that, we are on that same subject. This is what I was talking about. This is another one, Steve. It's coming across.
Oh, geez.
That's how. That's how I was trying to pause it. That's how close they were to having a mid-air collision. And that's really close to the highway too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's getting on with this. I mean, if that guy continued, they would have plowed right into each other.
It would have. It's almost like it's on purpose, isn't it?
Yeah. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, this is not the only one, Steve. I can just scroll down for a little bit and they'll have another one. Well, this one was being directed. I don't know why, but oh yeah, you ever hear this guy? I know it's changing the subject for a second.
Because when given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions. Men do the dangerous work to build society.
I don't think that matters.
That's your problem. You don't understand what's important.
What's important, Mr. Samuels?
That y'all are completely out of line. That you don't even understand how the world works. You're running on override. Men build the world that you live in.
Oh, okay.
Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew of women? Who designed the metal work? Who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating? Who put that in? The car you drive, was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing none of those things. None.
You're not good at it. Because when given a choice, because women are free today, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're educated, right?
Uh-huh.
Then why don't we see 51% of the construction workers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the engineers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the plumbers, electricians, military, train operators, heavy, dangerous work as women? Because when given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions. Men do the dangerous work to build society.
She is clueless, man.
That's crazy.
Really damaged the winglet.
I got the whole thing. What the fuck?
Copy that.
I can't hear you.
I said they're starting to get insane.
I don't want to fly anymore, man.
I know, that's what it's getting at. I don't know if it's, oh yeah, here's another one. I don't know when this was about, but Russian plane. Some people were saying it was from 3 years ago.
Погас. Нет, горит, загорелся опять.
Going to be a plume in a second, right?
Yeah, right there.
Какой-то дым.
So apparently this is breaking right now. A Russian transport plane crashed about 200 kilometers northeast of Moscow in a place called Ivanovo. And I've heard and have been hearing that there were apparently 12 people on board the plane when it crashed. So currently as it stands, nobody knows the exact cause of what made this plane crash, but there's a lot of people that are suspecting that there was sabotage involved, which I'm sure that a lot of you would probably assume based on the events that have been transpiring.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a guy getting clicks or here's another one. It's happening it's dropping all over the place, Steve. It almost looks like CGI.
We didn't hear about all these, did we?
No. Where is it gonna drop? I don't know. I forgot what this did.
That is like, isn't that in San Francisco? There's Treasure Island. I mean,
Yeah, it is
what you call it, Island?
Oh man. Con Air. We're not Con Air. Yeah, never mind. I don't know what it's all about. I didn't know
They
their
made a
airport.
bad approach. Huh?
I didn't know their airport was that close.
It's not.
Their Google mapping. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, they Google mapped it, but I don't know if that's a funny joke or they were Google mapping where they were flying.
That's a joke. You put the code in right there in the console.
Oh, this is one of my. I'd love to have this happen to me.
This is gonna be so awesome. Dun 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 dun. Dun, oh shoot!
I've had it happen to a small road. I mean,
You guys might want to duck. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh shit! They did it on purpose!
Wow, that was cool.
when I was at Offutt, it flew over, but a little bit higher than that. Just trying to think of well, yeah, I was just looking at look at the size comparison. That's huge.
That's a copy of the Russian chopper.
They're
one.
Russian. They're
Huh?
Russian.
They
Both of
got
them
a-
are Russian.
They got a red star on them.
They're both Russian. This is not ours. I think this. Oh, here's another one. I was gonna say I know there was a couple other incidents I could show you off the top. I think they zoom in. If not,
Telefon çeker misin Damla?
oh shit! It took the tail off. I didn't notice it took the tail off. Did you see it, Steve?
Yeah,
Took the
that's
entire tail.
insane.
Well, it's getting worse. Oh, here's another one, I guess.
Are they returning to the airport?
I got her. Here, come here. I got you.
Got it.
Here, I'll grab her shoe.
Okay.
I got your shoe.
Okay. Oh, we're on the wing. I'm stuck.
Oh
How
shit!
long
You're
you
about
on
like
the wing?
30 feet
We
in the
gotta
air.
go down.
Yeah, she can slide down and bust her butt.
I
Here,
know.
I'll go.
There's supposed to be inflatables on the wings. That's just insane. And then there was also another crackhead here earlier that did that. Oh, here, you'll love this one. All energy.
Oh, just drawing the ether to it.
And of course, gold will do that. That's what those tops are, gold.
Wow.
Yeah, you were talking about it, and there you go, Steve. There you have the I had ice similar or snow similar to this. No falling. I had mine as pellets.
Oh,
There was another one where a guy's on the wing tip. Oh, here's another one, but this is a pilot error. Yeah, that one's a pilot error.
it sounds like somebody's family member died.
Yeah. Oh, there's one more where I don't know how far back it goes. I need to do this offline. Oh, hold on, wait a second. That was that lady I was just talking about, I think. No, never mind. That was a prostitute of a different kind.
Oh,
It says OnlyFans. So yeah, I don't know how far back Gestapo will let me go. But I'll see if I could find it real quick of oh wait. Man, they're all over the place. Shit, I didn't know I knew there was a bunch of them, but we haven't done a show. We know that I knew that this one called it off because his pressures of the engine wasn't good, but you got this brilliant guy.
Hey, that wing gets around.
That's not supposed to happen. It took the tip off. I've never seen a wing do that. Wow. This is almost like a, oh, here it is. Here's the guy I was talking about, Steve. I never knew those pylons were that tall.
he a crazy dude or what?
Apparently.
They're going to have to exit the wing from the wing engine.
Thank you, sir.
Please give me a line check there.
You can go to row 3. Go to row 3.
I don't know where it's climbing to.
You do it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, shit's getting crazy. Oh yeah. I want to show this and then one more video. Then
On the glass.
Let's go.
I have a question for you.
On the day I was born.
Got the gold chain on, everything.
Oh, that's cool.
I wish you would have fired it up.
That would have been really good.
Yeah.
Put it in a dose recorder.
He's got a 70s haircut and hairdo looking, doesn't he?
He does,
Macron?
yeah.
Or not McCrum, whatever the guy is. Oh yeah, this I think it started in the middle of it as it was going.
Cause you're weak. You need a board cause your voice is small. Enough is enough.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot to show you the Beto O'Rourke. Remember I told you he did the upside down cross today, or not cross? Well, he might as well do that. It's the same fucking thing. He did the upside down flag on his post that someone else did of the Climbing Society, but this one's not from Beto O'Rourke. This one is where I got it from the Climbing. But they did this. They went up and put the flag up upside down on a cliff. And see, oh, here. See, it's touching the ground. I mean, it's being unveiled down here.
Yeah.
And that's on the rock. So yeah, see, they did it upside down. And they were meaning the other way. And like I said, Beto's pussy ass did it. I didn't post Beto's one. And I don't think they meant patriotic, but Beto, when he did it, he didn't mean it patriotically.
No, you can tell.
Yeah, I just didn't want to post his thing, so I don't want to actually go back and look into his and type up his name. It's not worth it, but he did post it.
Man.
He posted that. He goes, yes, it is. And he meant because of Trump. And I'm pretty sure that probably what those other guys were, because rock climbers, and there's a lot of liberals, because when the resident was running, he had his flag. Remember? It was up there in the mountains in Colorado. I didn't see very many Trump ones up in the as you hike, you have to go hiking. I saw them up everywhere, but they outnumbered every Biden one I saw. And I don't see any Harris t-shirts today or anything like that. I might see one or two and a bumper sticker, but that's it. I see a lot more of Trump.
Yeah. Well, the Democrat Party doesn't have a leader anymore. Now she's trying to run for the governor of California.
She couldn't run for dumbass of the year.
She sounded so stupid when she was talking. I mean, just didn't even make any sense. That's why I call her she is nothing but a word salad.
Well, that's why I cut her out. I didn't want to listen to her with the lefties losing it.
Yeah. I can't stand listening to her. We were almost going to be destroyed. I would have had to move to another country.
If they let you. They were planning on closing all the export. Oh, speaking about moving out of the country, what happened to all these spineless twats that say they were going to move out of the country? Rosie O'Donnell, I meant. Sorry, not Roseanne Barr. Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, they didn't. They're talkers. They don't.
Yep.
They're so full of hate. They're not going to last long.
Stiletto heels. You know who I'm talking about, De Niro.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the toughest guy over there and get more. Hey, I wonder if they're gonna let him bring the stiletto heels with him down there.
I don't know. He's got like those freaking 12-inch soles. He looked goofy walking down the street. They were really that tall. His soles.
It reminds me of those gothic guys. Have you seen those gothic guys with black paint? I mean, obviously they all have black.
Yeah, with the thick soles. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah. At least back in the disco days, it was cool.
They didn't bring back the bell bottoms. They just brought back the pants.
Well, the bell bottoms, the thick soles, and the silk shirts, and the gold chains.
Yeah, they just don't get it. They're lost touch with reality. And then same thing with the ass wipes that told us over since November, before November. They were saying that you guys, it doesn't matter about voting for any money. You're poor. Just get a better fucking job. That's because they were all getting funded by us. We were working for them.
Right. They were stealing all of our money. And then they were printing money from the feds and taking all that too.
Oh, Juan said they're going to go find that money that's floating out there. There's trillions of dollars, or not trillions, but billions of dollars floating out there that can come in and flood and try to wreck America's economy. He says as soon as they find it, they're going to go burn it.
Oh yeah, because there's going to be too much cash in the system.
And it wasn't probably legit anyways. And there probably's got to be, you're right, a certain amount of cash just to it sucks that way, but to order and to say, hey, we got this much financial backing. And what I would love to see is someone like Right Side Broadcasting do a live feed as soon as they open up the door to
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox.
Follow Doge in there.
Yeah.
If I were President Trump, I would be going there directly. Elon Musk, President Trump, and then Cash Patel, Bongino, and then Pam Bondi.
Yeah. Well,
right away, massive investigation. Who took the gold?
According to Bongino, I've been listening to him the past two. Well, I've been listening to him since the assassination attempt of Trump in July. But in the last 2 days, he said March 11th is his last day. He can't do anything with the government until then, and he has to slowly wind down his podcast. That's why I said there's going to be a vacuum coming up of where, everybody's going to be desperate for the real information or true information, not for clickbait information, not for pay me information, not for give these guys gold and information or money for gold or money for monopoly gold or whatever, you know what I mean, for gold we may dig up in the future, gold. But hold on, I gotta ask Paul if I could borrow his gold to show you that your gold is right here. It's right here. I swear. Kind of
situation. You can't come and see the vault where your silver's kept at. We have to have a 3-week notice.
Why? Oh, that's because Tom, Bill, and Joseph wants to come over and look at it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why I feel it's going on or about to go on with this. It better not be empty, but if it is empty, I want to know what will happen.
What's going to happen to the economy if that's empty?
I doubt it is, but the numbers are probably not going to fudge with what they want it to, or not fudge.
No,
not going to correspond with what they want it to.
And if it's empty, are they going to be honest with us about it?
No, they haven't been honest with us, to be honest with you, so far.
No.
Not one iota of honestness because of the they've been fighting us the whole way. Look at the snarling bitch there at the education department.
You can't be here. Who are you? You show your face to everybody here. You let me shame you in front of everybody.
The guy's like, yep, yeah, whatever, dumb bitch. Are you ready to leave? I want to get back in there.
Yeah, where did she get all her millions from? Yeah. I mean, she's worth millions also.
Even if you invested.
Even her husband, I think, is a banker.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if they invested, we all know majority of them have gotten inside information about
No,
trade.
even what I'm doing where I can do big amounts, you know how long it would take me to build up to a couple $1 million? Seriously.
Couple years, at
Yeah,
least.
it would be like you're in here all the time.
But if someone fronts you some money and then tells you, hey, go and get this at this time and sell it at this time, that's what we're all going to do, then it makes it so much easier for you to do that, to cash it out. And or there's other ways to do it too, that they have their brokers do, do the illegal way of because this reminds me of the same way that they were telling us in movies and TV shows. Just go down to the Cayman Islands and all the Canaries and all the other islands and stuff like that and hide your money. Go to Swiss. Go hide your money in a Swiss bank account and stuff like that. And, they won't be able to go find you or track you. The tax guy won't be able to find you and all this other shit. And, they were just telling us what they were doing without telling us what they were doing.
Right. Well, now I think the tax guy is going to have
Oh,
for a year. Sorry.
no, go ahead. You just remind me, IRS is getting fired. Not all. They were firing thousands of them. Sorry about interrupting, but
Yeah,
thousands.
6,000 the other day.
Yeah, and then Dan Bongino goes, "Yeah, they have almost 1 million employees, so
What?
a few thousand. Yeah,
The IRS?
or not a few million. He said the number 100,000, hundreds of thousands, or I wasn't paying that close attention. I was
Probably
counting.
100,000 or so.
No,
Ridiculous.
it can't be 100. It was higher than that because they were just trying to hire 32,000. Remember 132,000?
Oh, that 86,000.
He said they're getting all their weapons back and all the ammo back. And if they fire the ammo, then they're paying for it.
Oh, they're taking all the guns away from the IRS.
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
No.
Dan Bongino said that. And that was before he announced. That was last week's episodes. Because it was Monday he announced. But I caught it before because he said a couple of weeks ago that things are going to change and something is going to happen. And then a lot of people congratulated him a while ago. And to me, I thought it was for the Secret Service, and he didn't get the Secret Service job. So that's what I thought it was for. But then he said big things are coming and changing here. And then his attitude started changing. He says, I'm going to have to start doing things differently recently, coming up. And there were certain signs that I could see because, listening to Juan and others, you have to listen. Sometimes you have to listen between the lines with people.
Yeah.
And sometimes with their job and like Cash Patel he told, podcasters, hey, they stole, or, on podcasters things, they stole the election, and then now during his fucking hearing, man, they're sitting there playing it back. Didn't you say this on this date on this podcast at this time? Just try to get you the gotcha moment, Yeah, that's why some of it, they can't say it that way out in the open. His mom's like, what's he saying? It's like you have to sit there and you have to listen sometimes. And you can hear it. And sometimes you have to listen to it maybe 2 times or 3 times to actually fully really listen to what someone's saying. When they're talking cryptically like that. Because we are at war right now.
Yeah.
And there are people dying. I mean, take a look at what I just showed you this evening. Not a lot of those people died, but a couple episodes ago when we saw the helicopter,
Yeah.
Yep.
There's been some people almost dying. They're lucky, but
well, the fire,
the Delta, they're so they would have burned alive inside that thing.
being upside down and all, yeah.
Oh, it would have been bad.
Everybody's
had to come off, like I said. There would have been a hellacious fire.
Speaking about that, so if there's a plane incident in China, that's Trump's fault?
I guess so. I mean, that one crashed up in Toronto, and that's outside our jurisdiction.
No, I forgot, Steve. That's our 51st state.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They must have snuck that one in on us.
Governor Trudeau. Did you see that? Trump keeps calling him Governor Trudeau.
Yeah. Trump, man, that guy, he like just picks at people, just just like the governor of Maine basically said, "You're not going to be governor anymore."
I heard that. Good luck.
That look on her face, man.
Oh, priceless. Actually, that's what we need. That's the kick in the butt that we need. The encouragement. That means Yahuwah is sitting here coming to and starting to flip over tables with us.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, because
And
actually,
their delusion is still strong. They're in a delusion. They're not seeing. Like you look at Adam Schiff. Why would he be in front of the FBI building making a stink? He's not going to change
the vote.
Kash Patel. Only thing he's doing is pissing everybody off and drawing attention to himself. People that are guilty like that need to just kind of go disappear somewhere. Low profile.
Go
Stay
hide.
out of sight. Don't run your mouth. Like they're going to keep him from going in the building. I don't think so.
Man, I know these guys are, and then not to mention their crowds aren't there. That's
No.
because they can't pay for them, and then these losers realize, shit, I can't go buy my $15 lattes. I have to, bills are coming in just like you and me, Steve. We have bills coming in. We don't get paid to go to Trump rallies if we go to them or anything like that. We just go to out of being an American and doing our patriotic duty in some way. But these guys, they get paid to cause chaos and mischief. And I wonder if they get a bonus for like if they hurt somebody, or kill anybody, if there's an extra bonus there too on what as well. Because you remember those guys that got beaten, one guy got beaten almost to death, the Mexican guy. Remember his fat lip and all that other stuff. And then you did have a couple of them did get beaten to death, but I'm wondering, like I said, if they get that much or get extra for it. And what coming in to find out, a lot of these guys are rich little bastards, rich kids, because that's why
they're rich kids. They come from,
they're not like regular people.
Because a lot of those went to universities and they got totally hogwashed in the brain.
The professor knows it all.
Yeah, professors now look like freaking little retarded whatever. They just look not the old days when they dressed nice, very professional looking, spoke eloquently, very not as an activist, crazy activist.
That's another thing, by the way. We talked about it that Doge is auditing the postal service.
Oh yeah, that place is scary mess. You talk about a money laundering operation there. Woo. Ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh yeah, you see, if you go to an airport or major airports, you'll see a DHL plane.
Yep.
You'll see a UPS plane. You'll see a FedEx plane. You won't find one United States Postal Service plane. A lot of them piggyback underneath the airplanes. And when
we're paying for we're paying that for that, what is it, 21 cent stamp now?
Yeah, it's so stupid. The prices of it now. I mean, then they go, oh, you can have these forever stamps and stuff like that. Bull. You still have to put extra ones of them on there if you have extra weight of it.
I think the post office is going to go weigh the dodo bird.
I hope not, but because I still like to go in and ship things like that. Like for example, that's how I would get my.
What'll happen? A private company will come in and take it over because they're going to have a hell of a mess to clean up to fix the post office.
Oh no, those are corrupt.
They're going to have a hell of a mess.
Yep.
They're going to go in there and a lot of people are going to get fired. And it's one of those jobs you have to be a minority to get. You being a white guy and try to go work in the post office, they'll laugh you right out of there.
You can only be the truck driver because I almost got hit by multiple truck drivers here around the. I ain't kidding you, man. They fucking fly around here. They're driving around like they're qualifying for the Omaha 500.
Yeah, and then a lot of the trucks that hauls mail for the post office is privately contracted. Because I used to run express mail up into the mountains for the post office on the weekends.
I mean, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, well, after 3 years of it, it got really old working every freaking weekend.
No, I'm saying it's nice, but it's also bad that the federal. I mean, that the federal part of it should be covered within its own umbrella. But like I said, it's nice to actually branch out or contract out. But you don't see. Well, I guess I think FedEx would probably do the same thing. But I always see a FedEx trailer pulling FedEx truck over, or sometimes a Penske truck, because I don't know if that's like a backup or whatever. But that's the only thing I see when I travel around.
Well, when the post office stuff, they'll have numbers on it. It'll look like postal if it's got mail in it.
It also has the eagle on it a lot too.
Yeah,
sometimes, but you're right. It does have the postal numbers.
A lot of them are just contracted out now. Because I drove for a contractor doing express mail because we had to do it. Because with the union, they had to take so many breaks during the day, they weren't going to make the deadlines on the express mail. Yeah, I had to go clear out the Glenwood Springs every day. Had to make about 10 stops along the way. Drop off mail, picked up mail. And then you had to be careful. I had freaking keys. So I get in the back door of the post office where they kept all the express mail. And then the guy had me deliver some stuff on the side he wasn't supposed to be doing because he was doing postal stuff. So I had to really haul ass.
So you think it's still happening?
Well, it was a private contractor, but he didn't tell the post office, but he was delivering to all these plant stores, different stuff, and clothing stores, different stuff. So I'd have a bunch of stuff in the truck besides the mail. I'd have to go get the mail early in the morning, divide it all up inside the truck, lay it out, and then haul butt. And then I'd usually have stuff inside the truck to have to deliver or pick up. It was rough trying to make all the deadlines.
Like that.
Yeah. Especially in the winter time. What's that?
The roads don't get bad.
Yeah.
You live in California, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I got pretty bad up there in the winter time. Anyways, oh man, let's get off the line here and I gotta.
Yeah, I was gonna say also before you do one, are you on your wireless?
Right now, yeah.
You've been going into yellow this evening. And then secondly, before you do, I'm trying to get up to the friend thing. Oh, it's right here. I would like to actually try to, this is Uncle Sam, by the way, try to invite him.
Oh yeah?
I don't know if he has anything to do it, but I mean, I was trying to think of who to them.
Have you talked to that guy before?
Oh yeah. I smoked weed with him. I sold him some weed.
Oh, there you go.
So I was thinking about him and then I was trying to think of people who I know. And then Mark, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it here. I want to do it on my phone, so because it's easier for me to type out. This is the guy that rhymes and everything, the Gary. Remember Gary?
Yep.
You want to try him?
Yeah, why not?
And then, like I said, Prism too. This girl. If you want to try her, she reads the Bible and. That's how you'll know, sir. Chicagoland.
Oh.
You ever watched it? I don't know if you ever did, but yeah, that Prism, and then I was gonna go with have Sonya too, which was this one. She's the one that was close friends with Tanya, but then Tanya started her shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out who else would that we would know. I mean, I could try that one dude, but you just gotta lay down the law. You or me?
Oh, D,
Yes.
whatever his name is. Yeah. Well, we could try that. Let's figure out a day next week.
And then this guy too. Yeah. So as soon as you figure it out, not this guy, this girl too. This is the lawyer from Canada, eh? You know, that's the one that Gene hit on.
That one?
Yeah.
Was that the one that was standing up by the house a minute ago?
Yep.
No.
That's Dianita or Diane. She's in Canada there. So yeah, the like I said, inviting her. I mean, just getting the group like that. And like I said, if you want to do D, you could think about it. Tanya, third time. I mean, how many times do I have to be stupid?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, okay, if she started texting me and saying, "Okay, I'm sorry, what happened? We work stuff out, and let's get back on the show. Sorry, what happened? I freaked out." Then that's a different story, Steve. But not me going back and begging for her the third time. That's what I feel like the third. I don't see any other way. But and then D, just think about that one for a little bit if you want to. If we do, we got to say, "Hey D, we could talk about Gene on here, but oh no, we're not talking about Gene on here. Sorry, because if he is screen recording, then that could be us being misconstrued. So if we are talking like we're talking right now, Steve, then someone else could record it and then shadow shit and say, "Hey, take this into the court," and then sue us for whatever the defamations or whatever bullshit that they would be dealing, wanting to try to deal with, even though all we are is talking about with the truth.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gossiping, saying, I don't know what the fuck gossip would be, because to me, we need to start warning each other, of who's bad. It's like Fauci going around saying, "You guys said this about me," and suing people. It's the same fucking thing. Like, okay, well, they mentioned that, by the way, in the Doge thing about Fauci, right out that they're defunding animal testing, period.
Good. And also, whatchamacallit too, funding of the
chemtrail.
That and gain of function.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
China's trying to start up their old crap again with COVID. It's starting at Wuhan again. The same scientist, bioscientist lady that did it before, all the same actors, and that's also affecting the market.
Yep.
You're going to have more COVIDs.
Not again.
It's just ridiculous. Another pandemic. Oh, there's going to be more pandemics. How do you know?
Because we are scheduling them, Steve. Don't let us know your schedule. 2030 agenda is coming.
Pandemics are scheduled, and we modify the viruses. We can't modify, we just make them from scratch.
And they only happen during Trump's administrations. I don't know why, but these pandemics and these germs love to just get out during Trump's
Oh
administration.
yeah.